Many people supported Johnny Depp both in and out of court. It is fascinating what Johnny Depp really thinks about the people on his witness list. We will discuss each of them, and we will provide you with the facts that you may have missed during the legal proceedings. Also, Johnny Depp's sister worked as an assistant producer on the films Depp starred in. She was the first witness to stand up for him, and her statement surprised everyone in court. Moreover, what was the reason for that? Brandon Patterson stood as a witness for Depp, who was only the general manager of the Eastern Columbia building located in downtown Los Angeles. This is very interesting. Furthermore, the most exciting witness is Kate James, who worked for Amber Heard. Her every statement was shocking everyone. This person saw Heard's true face, and it has already been written many times that Amber was much more afraid of him than others. Moreover, we will talk about Johnny Depp's relationship with these people. Let us start from the beginning and explain everything. In April 2022, Johnny Depp's first witness was his own sister. Not only is she a member of his family, but also serves as his personal manager, making her an extremely valuable testimony in the case. In addition, she worked in the Hollywood industry as a production assistant and film producer on numerous of Johnny's projects. She provided testimony that supported Depp's claims of his mother being abusive to them and their father, while also denying the allegation from Heard that Johnny was a violent drug addict. The relationship between Johnny and his sister has been as strong as ever since their childhood days, and it doesn't show any signs of waning. What Johnny thinks of Isaac Baruch. This is another witness who is very close to Johnny, as Isaac is a lifelong friend of Johnny's. As a close friend of Johnny's during his relationship with Amber, Isaac provided extensive details in his testimony to prove that Johnny was neither abusive nor addicted to drugs. Johnny and Isaac's bond began in the early 80s when Johnny became a regular customer at the Viper Room, eventually becoming part owner. The common artistic interests shared between them have helped strengthen their relationship tremendously. Isaac is a real friend to Johnny, so much so that he put aside his creative pursuits in order to be there for him after the breakdown of his and Amber's relationship, and their family as a whole. Johnny has fostered many connections through his passion for art, even cultivating relationships with acclaimed figures like Hunter S. Thompson. What Johnny thinks of Brandon Patterson. Unlike the witnesses that had a more intimate relationship with Johnny Depp, Brandon Patterson is merely the general manager of the Eastern Columbia building situated in downtown Los Angeles. During their relationship, Depp and Heard resided in a penthouse owned by the JD. During Isaac Baruch's testimony, he claimed to have seen video footage of Amber displaying delight and mock-punching someone else in an elevator. Brandon attested to the veracity of what was recorded on camera. His relationship with Johnny is strictly a professional one, and Brandon agreed to testify in order to back up his building's surveillance footage, as well as ensure that justice would be properly served. What Johnny thinks of Kate James. Johnny's interesting witness, Kate, who had formerly served as Amber's personal assistant between 2012 and 2015, was especially noteworthy. She staunchly defended Depp's case and asserted that Amber, not Johnny, had been the abusive one in their relationship. One of the bombshells in Amber's testimony was her looming and spitting at Kate when she didn't get what she wanted. Furthermore, it is said that Amber used various drugs such as mushrooms, ecstasy, and even cocaine. Although it is certain if Johnny and Kate are still in contact with one another, Depp conducted himself with respect towards her. Additionally, she praised him for his courtesy not only to herself, but also to Amber Heard. What Johnny thinks of Laurel Anderson. As one of the most credible and reliable witnesses at the trial, Laurel Anderson was a therapist both Johnny and Amber visited in 2015 to repair their relationship. Even though Laurel wasn't of the opinion that Johnny and Amber were both abusive to each other, she did acknowledge how he was more devoted to addressing his issues than Amber. Laurel may not be the most obvious choice of witness, yet she possibly could have been one of the more convincing candidates to sway those jurors who remained impartial. Drawing no definitive conclusions, Laurel acted like a specialist and provided her perspective on the matter with honest objectivity. Although there was minimal contact between her and Depp, he obviously thought it best to have her testify. Her words might have been the deciding factor in his successful trial. What Johnny thinks of David Kipper. A big mystery in the trial involves an incident in a rented Australian house back in 2015. At the trial, Dr. David Kipper, Johnny's personal physician, testified that he treated lacerations on his finger after Amber purportedly threw a glass bottle at him. In answer to those allegations, Amber countered that Johnny had cut himself intentionally in an attempt to make her appear as the abuser. Furthermore, in a pre-recorded deposition, Dr. Kipper validated Johnny's diagnoses of multiple mental health issues, including ADHD and bipolar disorder, as well as his struggles with insomnia and substance reliance. It appears that Dr. David Kipper has been Johnny's trusted doctor for a while now, and continues to be as of this moment. What Johnny thinks of Ben King. During the trial, one of the more attention-grabbing moments was when Ben King, Johnny Depp's house manager, evoked an objection from Amber Heard's lawyer over his own question. Ben was an additional witness in the 2015 incident, as he had served as Depp's house manager during his stay in Australia. Similarly to those who came before him, he arrived late in the altercation and aided Depp with finding his severed finger, which eventually turned up. Despite Johnny Depp's victory in court, this doesn't mean their issue is resolved. In truth, you could contend that their feud persists as Amber filed an appeal after her defeat in the legal battle.